Come, gather round, everyone. They're about to talk Disney. I am still so confused as to whether I'm going to eat at Connections or Creations. So the only way I can keep them straight is I have to think, okay, well, my mouth connects to my stomach, so I guess that's Connections.
So I call Catherine to see how dinner at the restaurant is going, and she says, I can't talk to you right now. I'm talking to Mickey. So I'm like, okay, here's the big cheese. I get it. And then she says, hold on, he wants to talk to you. So she FaceTimes me, and I'm FaceTiming with Mickey as I'm getting ready for the podcast.
I don't understand why people spend hard-earned money on a Mickey ice cream sandwich in the parks. I mean, we literally all have ice cream sandwiches in our freezers at home. We don't have Mickey bars. From the mind and creator of the Disney YouTube channel Living in Diz comes a whole new Disney podcast. Okay, can we talk some serious Disney here now? Nope. Get ready for all the Disney knowledge that you can handle. It's Corey. It's Lawrence. It's the Diz Pod.
You are now listening to a member of the Disney Podcast family. Head over to Disney Podcast Family on Instagram to see all the latest posts for this show and links to other great Disney podcasts.
Yes, here we are. Are we back, Lawrence? We're here.
Oh.
We are here. Can you believe it? It feels like it's been forever. Although, you know, we did a lot last week, and that's what we're going to talk about is the July 4th trip recap. And I felt like I went on this trip with you. Oh, no, wait a minute. I was there. But I felt like I was like on a Disney resort trip. Like we went home to sleep, but, you know, I don't know. It felt different. We were very excited about this. We held on to this news a long time, didn't we? Before we announced these special plans.
Yep.
Because we wanted to be the only ones to do it. Because no one ever does some of the stuff we've done. And some things have been done. So we really want to keep that under tight wraps, and we'll continue to do that as we come up with some good things. I've got something I haven't told you about that we'll be announcing pretty soon that we're going to do that. I say this sometimes, and I don't always have concrete facts. But venture out there and say no one's done this live.
Okay. All right.
It's been talked about. It's been talked about though. So
Corey's going to live stream mowing his yard. That's cool.
Well, we could. They would watch. Theo would watch.
Theo would watch. Yes.
Welcome everyone in the live. We do this because we do it for you and you only. And we also love our re-listeners, re-watchers as well. Welcome everyone. I have lots of energy here. Just a boost. As soon as I got on with you and I saw you, boom, I was energized. So everyone's coming in slowly. Welcome. Hit the like button. Comment at the end. Comment throughout the podcast, but also comment when it's over. It really helps the channel. And we will love you just that much more. And we do try to answer all the comments. We do. And great comments throughout the July 4th responses, videos and everything. And I saw some old friends from Germany, chime in and says she doesn't miss a thing. And I'll say a shout out to Julia and Soren in Germany. It was great to hear from them. And they're doing well out there. They used to be on the lives all the time. They're ninja watching, I guess, and all that. Everyone, James from Ohio. Ohio. Welcome. He's another. James is a big super fan. He really is. He reaches out on special occasions and things like that. So we appreciate you, James, for being such a great viewer for all this time. Leading from the front. That's my bro right there. He says, "What is it? Please tell me. Stop teasing me." Oh, you don't care, and you won't even watch that one. He might if I tell him. He might. I'll tell Lawrence later. I will figure out a date when to tell you all. I'll tell you what. Top of my head, I think we're doing. I don't even know. I think at the end of the month. End of the month. So in a couple of weeks, we'll give you a special announcement. Krubaka is in the chat. I love my furry guy. We just have not seen him in a while. He's been busy.
Mm-hmm.
He says, I would not watch Corey mowing the lawn.
He'd probably be asleep.
Yeah, he'd probably sleep. Yeah. The mowing of the lawn, the sound of the mower. Lawrence, there's been a lot of news recently coming out of Disney, right?
A lot of news. And we could have done an entire episode of just all the news lately, but we knew that the July 4th recap is what we had on deck for tonight.
We can tickle it.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit. I mean, when I say a little bit, probably 4 seconds worth of the new Country Bear Jamboree show. I have to. I guess I'll have to talk to Catherine to decide whether we're going to watch that before we go to see it live. You know, the only thing we've done that with was the drone show. The drone show we watched when you streamed it the second day of the show.
And why did you decide that?
I don't know.
Why did you break the rule?
I don't know. Because I knew we were going for the July 4th trip, so I knew I would see it live. I'm not sure why I decided that one. Maybe because it was a smaller show. I don't know. But normally the rule is don't go or don't watch it until we see it. I guess, with Luminous, I didn't have to worry about that because we went to see it the first night. But Luminous would have been that way. Fantasmic was that way. I skipped that show until I went to see it live. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Shout out to Alex and Morgan watching just down the road, and they're first time watchers. So glad that they're here at least for a little bit. And they're gonna have street tacos tonight. I gotta get into that. I gotta get some street tacos maybe for NFL Sundays. That sounds really good. Costco. It's a Costco visit. So any reason to go to Costco is good for me. Jollywood was announced, and it looks like nothing's changed. Everything that it offered last year is coming back, so I'm good with that. But the thing is, it's expensive.
It is expensive.
This ticket is $156 a person.
It is expensive, but it was a good night. I really enjoyed it. I would also say that maybe there will be some extras. I mean, look at what the first night last year was compared to nights after that, where they started to add more stuff. So maybe what we see now that's been released is what it's going to be, or maybe there'll be some more.
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, it's always times 4. A lot of other channels out there is one person, so they can do everything. For me, it's 4. It's times 4. That's about $675, I think, is what it came out to when I priced it out online today.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, that's probably not going to happen. So, but I have vowed to do everything. We're doing everything this year. Like I always tell our wonderful audience, I don't know, we'll see what we do. No, we're doing Halloween, maybe 2 of them. We're doing Christmas, maybe 2 of them. We're doing Jollywood, probably 1. And we're doing Halloween Horror Nights.
Wow.
So I don't know what's going to happen with that, though. We probably will just log it and not live stream it because we want Tammy to go in the houses. We're trying to talk her into going into the houses. I'm like, if you're buying that ticket, you better go in the houses.
You can't buy that just to walk around them. You've got to go inside.
No. You got to go in. Especially like she doesn't even have to go into all of them. I say that right, but when we're there, like, come on. But she's got to do Ghostbusters, and I forgot there was another one that was really cool. We were like, ooh. But yeah, we've never been to Halloween Horror Nights, but we're gonna try it this year. And that's gonna be expensive.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah. How much is that?
You know what though? It's less than Jollywood. I priced it out on a certain day because different days are different costs. This was like not the cheapest, not the most expensive. It was a little below medium price. I think I got us at about $372 for 4 of us.
Got it.
So we've got all that going on, and a special announcement in a couple of weeks of something that we'll be doing live. And it'll be cool. It'll be interesting. Hopefully we'll get a large audience for that. And it'll be great. Theo is just chomping at the bit to come down and hang out with LID. We can't wait to hang out with Theo. I always say this. Theo talks way more in chat than he does in person, but we love Theo. We just love having his presence and his aura and him hanging with us. We won't get fish and chips this time, though, Theo, because he'll be at Magic Kingdom. So
okay.
We'll see where that all ends up. So, any other news I'm leaving out? I saw a blip quick. I think Mickey's Not So Scary. I'm sorry, not that. Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party. Was that also announced as well?
Yes. I was gonna say no, that was before, but I forgot we've been gone for 2 weeks. So
yeah.
Yes, that was announced. The dates are all out for that. I'm trying to think if there was anything new on that. Somebody can help me out.
Yeah, something I haven't even had a chance to look at yet. But love the Christmas party. I mean, here's the thing. Tammy has separation anxiety, and I kind of do too. But I gotta make myself go out wild. She doesn't feel like she never wants to go to a party if the kids are willing to stay home. So I'd love to get her out to the Christmas party. She'd like to do that. So. And I don't mean to take everything, but she's just never live streamed on her own.
Yeah.
You know, so it's not like I'm trying to dominate it all. And literally, if she had the experience of handling a live stream on her own, then I would be like, you pick what you wanted. You pick 2, and I'll pick 2.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and take a kid or something like that. Who knows? Maybe. I should give her the stream for like. I should start training her a little bit more on the fly. You know, because there's times where she needs to make an adjustment, and she's like, "What do I do?" And I'm like, "Come on, you should know this by now." I gave her a hard time the other day. Come on, you should know this. You should know this.
There was also news out of Japan that Disney and Oriental Land Company are going to expand their relationship to launch Disney Cruise Vacations in Japan. I forget what year they said that was going to launch. 2028, I feel like, was the right year.
Oh, that long, huh?
Yeah.
And they're building a new ship for that?
Building a new ship for that, yep.
A new vessel.
Yep.
So this is just going along with, I have an inside source, that this just goes along with that news that Disney is really trying to make a push to be the biggest and the bestest cruise line in the world. Top of the line, everything. So this just goes along with it. So I would say definitely expect more announcements coming.
Yeah,
more locations for sure.
Yeah, I hadn't really thought about that for D23, but I think that's going to be a big part of D23. As I'm reading the news about that was released last week about Disney Dream getting updates. So that that cruise ship will be getting updates with new revamped youth spaces. There's a fantastical funnel suite. My God, that thing is wow. Yeah, go on there and check that out. I mean, it doesn't even. It's a 2-story suite. Like, yeah, I can't imagine what that's going to cost. So, yeah, lots of vacation news coming out for sure. Let's see.
Yeah. So in a few weeks, we will have a Disney cruise expert on, right?
Yes.
That's gonna be a good hard conversation between him and I. So in a few weeks, comparing both cruise lines, because I've only done one. We'll have a Royal Caribbean comparing. So it would be really good to. I've only done one, and I'm Royal Caribbean. So it would be really good to kind of hash things out. Like, sell me on this.
Characters aren't out that long,
because Disney has smaller ships.
More expensive.
The characters aren't out that. I don't know. I'm not going to rule it out.
I'll never try it.
I'll never try it, but for a lot less money, you get a lot more. It's like I drive a Hyundai, but you drive the Civic. The Civic is $8,000 more with less bells and whistles. The Hyundai, you get all the bells and whistles for much less money, and my Hyundai is going to run as long as your Civic. So, it's what you prefer. I know. I love Disney, so it's not like I'm against it. I want to go. I want to do it, but when you go and compare both types of vacations, same cruise, same ports, do you want to pay $3,000-$4,000 more? So, but we'll see, because characters and around Disney all the time. We don't need that extra Disney on the cruise. So, we don't feel the need to meet characters as much because we're around them all the time. So that's not a draw for us. Do we love it? Yes, but that's not a draw for us. So won't rule it out, but who knows? I'll always check if there's some kind of sale at some point. We'll try it because we love Disney. And I think Lawrence is fixing something, whatever, possibly. So I'll just I'll keep rolling. Other news in Disney. I can't. That's what stood out to me. The Jollywood and that. Country Bears. And again, why is Disney spoiling things on social media? Like, I actually don't even really remember the song now that I heard today from Trixie, but. You're just scrolling through Instagram and boom, there's something. Like I knew parts of Tiana before I wanted to know.
Yeah.
But, is there just a different way that they can do this? Like, you don't really have to hype it up. You don't really have to hype it up that much. I wish there was more discreet ways to do it. I wish they would take a more discreet approach to it.
Yeah, I'm not sure why they're doing that. It's definitely a different approach than what any of us are used to. I'm not sure what the idea of that was, but I did not watch that video, and actually I still haven't watched that video, even though I did get to go on the ride. So I don't know. I think seeing it live is and in person is definitely something better.
Yeah, even if you do see it, on video, whatever, it's still a great experience, even though you kind of know it. I think everything's different. Everything's different in person.
Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, anything else on news?
No, I think that'll be it for now. Of course, next week will be a great show for us here with Zach Stevens from Trans-Siberian Orchestra. And the following week, we'll have Ashley from Disneyologies with Ashley. And then the following week will be Dr. Disney coming on the show to talk about his cruise, because they will just be coming back from a cruise, and talk about all of the news that they have. So if you do not follow Dr. Disney on Facebook and Instagram, definitely go ahead and do that, because he's... What I like about their outlet is that it's just straight up news. It's not there's not this negativity around it. There's not a whole lot of fluff. It's just, here's what Disney announced today. Here's some pictures of it. Here's the new merch, or whatever the case is. So I like that for sure. So I follow them for quite a long time.
And I think people comment, right? And you say that they will put them in their place if they need to.
Yeah. So, like there were some folks in he mentioned about Tiana's opening, and somebody was like, Splash Mountain forever. And he was like, only in your head, because it's time to move on. Here's the ride. Let's focus on the present and stop trying to, boycott. Somebody said that they were going to boycott the ride, and he was like, okay,
good, because that's that much quicker I'm getting on.
It's one less person in the line.
Thank
so
you.
Great, thanks. So
last year and a half ago on the podcast, I did an episode called Embrace Change. go back and listen. Year and a half ago on the podcast, we want to hang on to what we love in the history, but like Walt said, it's an ongoing project. Things will continue to change and evolve. I'll say this quick on a side note, it's gonna be real controversial, but Tammy and I were sitting back here watching one of our favorite creators, to the point where I was like, I just want to watch some YouTube tonight, and we looked over Ordinary Adventures over at Disneyland. They do an amazing job. I admire them for their technical work and all that stuff. We flipped through their library of recent videos. I said to Tammy, "What do you want to watch tonight?" And she's like, "Well, what's going on?" And I'm like, "Well, there's this, there's that, there's this." I'm like, "All right, we'll watch this one." Can't remember the video I even clicked on. I think I fell asleep halfway through because I was just tired. I'll have to go back and watch. But it gave me a thought, though. And I said to her, maybe it's time to wipe out Magic Kingdom. And I said to her, "There's a lot of old stuff to wipe out Magic Kingdom." I'm like, "There's a lot of old stuff." That's what I was feeling last night. I mean, but then I started to pick it apart. That's what I was feeling last night. I mean, what? But then I started to pick it apart. I'm like, okay, though. And you know what it was? I know what it was. They were at like, and you know what it was? I know what it was. They were at like. And just Shanghai. The level of rides that they have there. The level of rides that they have there. The coolest things, and the costumes, and all this parades. It might be and all this stuff. MK in the butt. It might be time to boot MK in the butt. It'll upset a lot of people, but man, they're going up. The things that are going up, the attractions that are going up around the world, and like Tammy said, we're stuck with this. Like complaining, but when you just see all the other parks getting so much attention, so it's like, what would you wipe out? And I was like, well, but when you just see all the other parks getting so much attention, Small World, because you kind of have to. So, sentimental about. I would keep Big Small World because you kind of have to. Not that I met it, but it was very much in his presence of Tony Baxter. Hear his story. People Mover. Carousel of Progress. After that, I think you could wipe it all out, and I would be fine. Let's just wipe it all revamp, out, and I would be fine. Let's just you can just build a new revamp, leave MK alone. Or you can just build a new park. We can do that instead. How about that? We can do that instead. How about that? But anyway. Let's talk about this. But anyway, this past week. Let's talk about this. Are you ready? This past week. Looks like you're ready. Are you ready yet? Or it looks like you see something intriguing.
No, I'm just checking on Nanny Pooh.
Is our sound okay? Is our sound okay?
She had an echo. So I'm just checking. Anybody else getting an echo? I was listening to the YouTube stream. I didn't hear an echo. So. My one wire that crinkles once an episode. Hope it doesn't this time. I bought the extra wire, and I just felt like the podcast was so far away I didn't replace it yet. Hopefully that won't happen. If it does, unplug and disappear and come back. Okay. You'll know what's happened. Yeah.
Plug and disappear.
All right, everybody else says
you'll know what's happened.
Okay.
And maybe go out and come back in.
She said she tried that.
Okay. Maybe go out and come back in.
You might have two instances of it open. That I've done that by mistake before.
Echo Coven Roundtree says that there's an echo on the vertical. I muted my vertical.
I'll listen to that one too.
All right. You want me to talk in the meantime? All right.
Yes.
Talk in the meantime. Alrighty then. So I'll just get started on last week. So we held on to the announcement of that for a long time. We were really excited. These plans that you all saw on the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and the 6th were in the works for a long time. I really booked were in the works for a long time. I really booked tickets for a long time to get tickets over for H2O Glo Nights. I felt like that was the one place. I felt like that was the one place that I could do a stream for assistance, but I did learn for assistance. But I did learn I could do it on my own. I could do it on my own if I have to. Maybe the first 45 minutes, maybe the first 45 minutes was alone. I was alone. And I was like, you know what? And I was like, you know what? In my locker, I had the phone. And off I go. So we can touch more on time. And I was like, you know, order. There was an echo on the vertical that says and off I go. So well, this is our main feed. So that's what we're most concerned about. But
yeah, I'm gonna just send everybody on the vertical over to the full screen.
Okay, just send that one.
Yeah, I'm
All right.
gonna just send everybody on the bird.
So if we go back to, I don't know if Lawrence is going to touch on his journey getting here, or if that was smooth and good. So if we go back, it was good. Okay. And so I had to work on July 3rd. So I went from work, came home, got ready, left with JJ and Tammy, and we hit MK for the third. And it was busy as expected, but it was super crazy if I remember correctly. I think it was super crazy for a July 3rd night. So I think that night was fine.